So, this 2019 G-Wagon is a little bit like an iPhone in that on the outside, it looks the same as the rest of the models. But on the inside, everything about it is refreshed. So the underpinnings, the interior, everything about it is a little bit different. And that is because this car has the same design language as it did when it came out in the 1970s. Now, in this review, I'm going to give you an exterior walk around, an interior walk around, and also take it for a test drive. I'm Basil, and this is CarStore. This being a very tall car, it is very sad that you don't actually have a handle here to get in, because then you'll have to be using your steering wheel. But once you get inside this car, all that you find is luxury. I mean, first of all, this multifunctional steering wheel, quite a nice steering wheel overall, feels very nice. The materials inside here, all of it is leather, premium stuff, and in the metallic bits, very nice feeling. Now, this whole interior is new to this specific G-Wagon. As of 2019, they had a different-ish looking interior with the smaller screen over here and just a little bit different. You have these two screens, and this car is loaded with tech. So, let me actually start it up. You have so many things like radar guided features, you have a 360-degree view camera, you have parking sensors. So just a lot of tech inside this car, and the suspension in this car is quite nice. Everything about it is nice. Now, as you can see, I have paddle shifters on the steering wheel, and I can control this screen using these buttons over here. So I have this other side, it's a touchpad. And another thing, by the way, this steering wheel is a refresh because previously in the 2018 model you used to have a swivel, sort of like a joystick over here. Even though ulikuwa unatumia to control like things like cruise control and features like a burner, now it is on your steering wheel over here. You have these other controls to control this digital screen as well. And this interior generally from this perspective feels more premium than the previous model. In terms of features, you have things like your heated seats, your memory seats, you have a Basil sound system over here, you have 3 differential locks, and that is because this is a very capable car off-road. And by the way, the passenger, you as a driver haupati kiti ya kukusaidia kuingia. You only have to use the steering wheel, but the passenger has this grab handle that is still in the older models of the car. Now you have this glove box over here, storage which is quite ample. You have more storage inside here, 2 cup holders with this cover over here. The door bins are decently sized. The seats themselves have, as I said, heated, but they're not cooled, sadly, in this specific unit. You have red seat belts which look very nice, a panoramic sunroof over here, and this speaker up here. Just a very general and nice looking interior. In the back, one really cool thing about this specific 2019 refresh of this car is kitambo, people used to complain that the G-Wagon was not quite spacious, but in this car, I have decent legroom and decent headroom. So quite a very nice feeling general interior in the back seats. I have a lot, so things like the materials at the front and at the back, they are the same quality. I have heated seats even at the back. I have vents which usually look like a face, and I can control it from the back here. I have airplane style backing over here, and just a general nice and airy feeling interior. Now, one really cool thing about this is just look at all of this size of this glass. It is quite huge. So inside the cabin, in as much as you'd consider this to be quite a blacked out interior, it is still quite airy. And even at the back, you have a very nice huge glass screen over there. Now, in terms of practicality at the boot, and one really cool thing about this car, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when you close it, just feel this. Premium stuff. One thing that remains the same in this specific model is this tire. This tire mount is the same as the 2018 and the 2019 one. Now when I open this boot, quite a decently sized boot. You have around 670 liters of boot capacity, and this square shape means that you can lower its tires quite easily, and you can lower this back seat if you'd like to have more in terms of storage space at the back. The design language of the back, those rear taillights, that bumper, a new refresh as from this. Now, as I was saying, the underpinnings, so the suspension, the chassis, the body itself, everything was new. So things like these fenders over here, these wheel arches are all aluminum to try and save a bit of weight, and where that reflects is on the road. So let's go for a drive and see how this car drives. In terms of driving, the new suspension means that this 2019 G-Wagon is a little bit more comfortable than the previous models used to be. For example, going over bumps and ruts. it handles them better than the other one. People who've driven the other one used to say that that car used to be a little bit stiff, and as a result you could feel a lot of the road. But this specific unit, it is quite comfortable both around town and even on the highway. Now another really cool thing about it is this car comes with a 3-liter inline 6 diesel making around 258 horsepower and 600 newton meter of torque. That is quite a lot of power, and just from a standstill this car accelerates quite nicely. Very nice and responsive. And in terms of the way it drives around town, normally you find around town roads are quite smooth, not too bad, not too good, like they're just okay. Because of the new suspension and everything, in terms of the new underpinnings, this car drives quite nicely. Now in terms of the way it turns, or in terms of parking, this car is not small, but because of the fact that it has those indicators over there and the wheel arches protruding outside, just tells you how, or rather the size of this car in precise measurement. So you can quite easily place this car in as much as this is quite a big car. So for example, this turning place here, let's see if this car will be able to make it around in one single turn. Now sadly it couldn't, but it is still quite a capable car, because as you see, this car is quite a big car and I'm still able to turn there quite comfortably. Now in terms of going on the highway, you can tell that this car, its size, let me first of all close this sunroof so that we can see if there is as much wind noise as you would expect. This car being boxy, you'd expect it to be quite resistant, but right now I'm all the way to 80, well insulated, quite smooth and silent. That is because you have double pane glass insulation all around the car. The new suspension means that this car absorbs vibration quite a lot more comfortably than it would if, for example, it had the previous suspension. Now if you are the kind of person who likes going long distances, this car would be great for you, because as you can see, this is the kind of car which does really good gas mileage. Not me eating my words. Anyway, this car gets really good gas mileage, and that is because this car comes with a 3-liter inline 6 diesel. So that is a very, very good and economical car, like engine, and paired with a 9-speed gearbox, cruising is smooth, getting around 10 to 15 real world highway miles per gallon, or rather kilometers per liter. Let me not say miles per gallon, we are in Kenya, sisi wazungu. But anyways, I was saying you get around let's say 15 kilometers per liter in this car if you're on the highway, 10 around town. But for this size of car, this much presence, that is quite enough. Now another thing is as I clear my throat, another thing is, if you're interested in this specific unit, is that it has only done 58,000 kilometers, barely anything in this kind of machine. If you're interested in this kind of car, you can visit us at CarStore and find out more about this amongst other units. We have quite a number of cars, and if you like the car, you can quite subscribe, share, like everything you can do on a YouTube video, guys. This is the first video we're producing, and we're interested to see you guys' feedback in relation to this specific car amongst all the other units that we have in our showroom.